What's going on, fellow A-plusers? It's your boy, Adam Perez. We are back once again with a brand new video today, going live, baby, for San Diego Comic-Con Day 2 recap. If you guys had the opportunity to join us yesterday, thank you so much for certainly returning. If you did miss our Day 1 recap video, I did go live yesterday. Go ahead and check it out up on our YouTube channel. You can go ahead and certainly catch some of our highlights that we talked about yesterday. But today is a brand new day. That's right. We got ourselves a couple of trailers, a few trailers that wind up dropping, some big reveals in regards to DC Comics stuff as well. And I believe the SpaceBalls panel might have just wrapped and ended. I believe that's probably wrapping up relatively soon. So if anything, SpaceBalls will probably be the last thing that we talk about. But I'll constantly keep doing some refreshing and see what else that we can certainly talk about. So if there is anything in particular that you guys want to talk a little bit more about that maybe I don't necessarily cover on today's show, feel free to go ahead and chime in the live chat, because I love conversing with you guys. Like, I love being able to bounce off these reveals and talk with you guys about these things. So if you are in the live chat, feel free to go ahead and throw your live chat comments in. I'll certainly go ahead and bring them up and interact with you guys today. So should certainly be a lively episode, because we got ourselves some fantastic trailers today, two of which I have not even seen yet, y'all. So I'm going to be doing live reactions to the Lanterns trailer along with the Rings of Power. Now, I will say some things have been spoiled for me in the sense of, like, just trying to, grab stuff and retweet and post things around, sort of thing. So I might have caught moments but don't know the context to them, if that makes any sense. So I'm actually really looking forward to going through. I think we got like 3 trailers that wind up dropping today, and I can just imagine what Saturday is gonna be like. And by the way, tomorrow is Day 3. It's Marvel Studios Hall H panel. It starts at 7:30 Central Time. That's exactly when we're going to be going live also for our Day 3 recap. So we'll be live streaming while Marvel's making announcements. So we'll spend that first hour really, like, probably just talking Marvel heavy, because I have a feeling this stuff's going to be coming fast and furious. So we definitely will be doing that tomorrow live at 7:30 Central Time. I may try start maybe like 5 minutes early, just to kind of get our bearings a little bit and build up some anticipation. But yeah, man, let's do it. Let's do it. Let me get some water here, because I have a feeling it's going to be a long night. But Day 2 ended up showcasing what I think a lot of us were certainly waiting for. And that, in fact, was going to be Lanterns. That's right. Lanterns wind up dropping a brand new trailer today. They also went ahead and had a huge panel. They had clearly Aaron Pierre, who's going to be playing Jon Stewart, was there. Kyle Chandler is Hal Jordan. And they did have a surprise guest during the panel that we'll go ahead and certainly talk about in here. But yeah, Lanterns, I believe, drops August 16th. On HBO Max. So this is like 3 weeks away, y'all. So I expect the marketing campaign to kind of really kick off now. But we did get ourselves a trailer, and I have not had the opportunity to watch this trailer myself. So let me go ahead and this is theater mode. Let me go ahead and pull this up, because I have not seen this trailer yet, and I want to go ahead and watch it with you guys. So let's pull this up here. Entertainment Weekly also did drop an article in regards to Lanterns. We'll probably highlight that a little bit, and if anything, maybe bring up some videos from the actual panel itself for you guys. So let me go ahead and let's check out this trailer, shall we?
It's time to get up, Junior.
That's one way to wake him up. Damn.
So, you're a space cop.
No, I'm just being trained. All right, new lesson. Take the ring. You fly.
Just fly.
I'm sorry. Fly, please. What's that?
You're the backup
you know,
quarterback.
For now.
the backup quarterback. Damn. My man Shador Sanders. Coach don't want to put him in the game yet. That's crazy. Backup quarterback. Look, I got to tell you, the idea that Jon Stewart has that sort of architect mind, the idea that Hal tells him to fly and a bird is what his mind envisions is really fascinating. Just a really cool touch in regards to just like where his mindset is when it comes to him being in architecture. So I think it resonates the same way and really works in that regards, in regards to how his mind works. But the idea that homeboy is like literally struggling to fly is an interesting one. So we'll see how that turns out. But the backup quarterback, yikes, bro. First off, the music so far is great, by the way. Great music. Woo.
What do you think is going on?
Just look natural.
It's no accident we're here. These victims are going to end up being alien.
Based on what?
I have a feeling.
He has a feeling.
I think this is more than just...
So he says he thinks these... interesting. I think these victims are going to turn out to be alien. So are they like aliens living amongst us sort of thing?
A feeling.
This is a threat no one's ever seen before.
What do you know about manhunters?
Ooh.
Where'd you hear that word?
Ooh.
Manhunters are the most dangerous beings to ever exist in the galaxy. They could take the form of any species. So it could be anyone.
He's gonna send an army
Ooh.
to put you down.
We got a guy sighting. I love it. I already love like their vision for Guy in here. I mean, I can easily see how he, well, again, it's like a 5-second clip, but I can see the connection between Superman. It's just a little bit grittier, but the Manhunters, oh my God. Now, when he says Manhunters, the first thing that comes to mind is like, I believe the Guardians created the Manhunters originally. Am I right? Somebody correct me in the live chat. But the idea of shape shifting, are they capable of doing that? I mean, I know of Martian Manhunter. I don't believe that's the connection that they're making. I believe they're making the actual Manhunters. But I am curious. I'm not too familiar in regards to their power set, but I do believe that they were created by the Guardians. So correct me if I'm wrong though, but that's fascinating. That's who we're bringing in, some heavy hitters, man. I love that shit.
Manhunters are the most dangerous beings to ever exist in the galaxy.
Great way for a mystery.
They could take the form of any species.
And ability to trust anybody.
So it could be anyone.
He's gonna send an army to put you down.
He's going to send an army to put you down. Who is he talking about? Who is he talking about in here? I don't believe he's talking about Sinestro trying to put Hal down. Is it the Guardians? Is Guy giving Hal like a warning in regards to the idea that maybe the Guardians really don't want him in that position anymore? And he'll send an army of lanterns after him if he doesn't relinquish the lantern ring. That's kind of the impression that I'm getting from Guy here. But ooh, we got a construct too.
To put you down.
Do you resent Hal Jordan?
The ring's always been mine. Jordan's just keeping it.
Ooh.
Sinestro.
You don't really believe he's your backup, do you, Hal?
No.
Let's say what he actually is.
My replacement.
My
Yeah,
replacement.
boy. Yo, that's crazy.
In Brightest.
Oh my god, my man about to say the oath. Okay, all right. First, that's crazy. Like the resentment, the animosity. That's kind of it runs deep. Like those are like, you know, my man said Jordan is just keeping it warm for me. It's almost like an inevitability for him. He's like so confident in regards to ready to be a lantern. Like it's my time now, bro. Like, please, can you like just retire already? So I can he comes across like a very like athletic, or like I don't want to say athletic, but like a sports like type of mentality. And I kind of dig that. Also a soldier mentality, and I kind of dig that. But seeing Sinestro like still having that deep connection with Hal in regards to the things that they could talk about, especially Hal's vulnerability of being replaced, you know, like I wonder what that. Yeah, I'm even more interested to see how Hal and John actually work together now. If I'm being honest, like, is there a clash coming? You know what I mean? Like, in order to have that ring, I would be really curious to see how this turns out. But holy crap, I'm loving the seeds they're planting.
In brightest day. In blackest night. No evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
Yo,
How about a beer?
my man, always keeping one on you. Smooth, bro. He's smooth. Oh my god, dude. What a great fucking trailer that was. Oh my god. Yeah, dude, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for this, dude. I'm so hyped for this. I'm hearing rumors that the episode 1 is like an hour and a half. Is that true? Like, I hope that's true. I don't even know where that rumor came from, but that's what I'm hearing. Word on the street is that Lanterns first episode is an hour and a half. That's like a mini movie. There's also speculation going around that Hal kicks it by the end of the first episode. I think that's bullshit personally. But I mean, if I'm getting treated to like an hour and a half movie for the first episode, a lot can happen in an episode. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a movie entry. Man, it looks incredible, dude. Like I'm so hyped for this. I mean, I was already hyped for it, but man, I wish I could see this on the big screen. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. They did have a great article from Entertainment Weekly. I want to go ahead and share with you guys before we dive into just some of the things from San Diego Comic-Con real quick. It's just a little bit about their relationship. Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre found their Abbott and Costello vibe, it says. Let me make sure this is pulling up for y'all. Pierre, who's an alum of the London Academy Music and Dramatic Art, comes across as disciplined, much like his character. John Stewart, a regiment ex-soldier who becomes a new recruit. In resonant British baritone, he speaks of his extensive research into the DC Comics character. He says, I cross my T's and dot my I's. I leave no stone unturned. Damn. Chandler says, playing Hal Jordan, he says, I'll tell you what, you can't find them. You can find them everywhere. You can find them in bars. You can find them in restaurants. All your friends that you never knew were Green Lantern historians, they come out of the woodwork, is what Kyle Chandler said. He says there's a lot of underlying tension as Hal essentially training his own replacement. John is handpicked by the guardians of the universe, the founders of the core, to pick up the mantle in the event that anything should happen to Hal. They brought them together. They brought together a fellow from rural Texas and a fellow from South London, Pierre remarks, and they made magic with that. Pierre's work on becoming hyper-focused on John's humanity. He points out how the Lanterns of Earth are typically everyday people. He says the first place that I dive into were the parts of him that are arguably not directly related to the superhero-ness. Who was the boy who turned into the adolescent, who turned into the young man, and then the more mature man that we got to know later in the series. Chandler says he partly focused on Hal's relationship to Sinestro, his former mentor, who was defeated and kicked out of the Corps after attempting a coup. So there you go. You want to know why Sinestro's in jail? Right there. He was defeated and kicked out of the Corps after trying to attempt a coup at some point in time. Given all his rule-breaking antics, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Universe, are concerned about what Hal may or may not have inherited from Sinestro. It's very interesting. It's really interesting because you're getting into all kinds of different weeds of what goes on in the relationship in the past, a lot of which for myself is very personal. I created little things for myself with him that created a relationship that was very intimate and intense. Oh, I'm looking forward to that, man. Especially that Hal and Sinestro relationship, just based off of just that brief moment that we get of them interacting with each other. Interacting with each other at the prison is interesting to me. They clearly are still deeply connected in the sense of sharing personal feelings. Like if Sinestro understands that Hal's worried and concerned about being replaced and being able to really like sink his teeth in on a mental perspective, like, man, that's going to be pretty interesting. But yeah, definitely go ahead and check out that. I won't read the whole entire interview, but it is over on Entertainment Weekly. If you guys want to go ahead and check it out for yourselves, definitely go ahead and do that. Let me see if I can pull up. Did I save some? Yeah, I think I had some videos also from. I saved them on my Twitter for you guys. Aaron Pierre himself went ahead and came decked out to custom jacket and everything, bro. I don't think this has music or anything like that, but yeah, he got the necklace, right? He rocking the Green Lantern necklace. That jacket is incredible, dude. Those kicks, my guy. Yeah, he came decked out. Aaron Paul, John Stewart, and the ring. Look at that ring, dude. I love it. And Brightest Day and Blackest Night. That's a crazy suit, dude. That's a crazy jacket, man. Crazy jacket. What else we got? Oh, this is.
Next up, Green Lantern legend Hal Jordan, Kyle Chandler.
Oh. Yeah, my man pumped.
Next up, Green Lantern legend Hal Jordan, Kyle Chandler. He is co-creator, executive producer, Damon Lindelof.
Oh, Damon was there?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. That Damon and the whole crew would actually be there. Chris Mundy said the visual effects will lean toward the mid to low side, though there's plenty in it. There are a couple of episodes where they're incredibly heavy, but from the jump, it's a much more boots on the ground approach. One thing is clear, it's a Green Lantern show, so there's green. So he's having some fun with that as well. What's Aaron saying here?
Tangible relatability. You watch it and they feel a tangible relatability, and they leave with the thought of, if I can just figure out where to put in my Green Lantern application, And if I can just prove that I'm fearless, I can be rocking with those folks up there too. You know, these guys, you know, John wasn't born with the superpowers that some of his contemporaries and other heroes are born with. It's just in heart. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things that I love so much about John. Very special character. What was the
Nice. I love it. I love
you
it.
watch it and they
I think that. Let's see here. So 2 clips apparently from Lanterns was shown at San Diego Comic-Con. How Jordan tests Jon Stewart with letting him use the ring for the first time by putting it on the car dashboard and throwing himself out of the car as it steers off into a mountain. So I guess we do see the extension of that scene that we have been seeing from the trailer. It looks like they got the opportunity to see that actual entirety of the scene. Hal Jordan interrogates a man he suspects of being a manhunter, suspicious on his lack of knowledge about pop culture, especially Harry Potter. So yeah, I think we might have seen that one. Kyle Chandler showing off that ring. And then they had the surprise appearance by Nathan Fillion. Guy Gardner himself showed up.
Hey guys, so sorry. Somebody left my email off the invite list for this panel.
That's why he wasn't.
I don't know if you guys know this. Yeah. I'm kind of a big deal at the Comic-Con. Shows like Castle.
He is like a Comic-Con legend for sure. Firefly, yeah.
There's a building outside with my face on it.
Yeah.
Legally, I'm required to be here.
Well,
I brought my ring.
Nice.
we are
I love it.
thrilled to have you, Nathan Fillion.
Thanks.
That's a nice little surprise there.
I wonder if you had any questions for him. Kyle Chandler on what makes them tick. Ego and the fact that I was chosen. This guy, though, he wasn't chosen. Hal is doing things that you need to have the mindset that I'm going to do this. And it gives him a sense of confidence. Aaron Paul says, for me, I said if I had the choice to portray any character in the DC, I'd still choose John because of his grit, his personality and being. He's a former Marine sniper and architect. I know how complex he is. I hope the audience feel a tangible relatability. It's just heart, a special character to me. So yeah, that's kind of I guess Kyle also answered that question that we had seen.
I'm not one thing. I'm not two-dimensional. To John, in a lot of ways, I think for me, his complexity. You know, I'm not one thing. I'm not two-dimensional. I think his complexity. I think something that, most importantly, I loved about John is how much he inspires. His undeniable courage and ambition and grit is something that I aspire to greatly. He's a very inspirational character.
Dude, I love the fact that he's really nailing this.
You know, turned into a great thing, and I remember one day in particular where I was jabbing Aaron about something about wisdom or something. You know, I know more about you, and we're playing out the characters, role playing in the car on the day we're shooting, and then he goes, "Yeah, but you're old." It's like SOB. And that's when it really started. We started like finding things to really get in there. And
I love that stuff.
so much. And that was like
turned into a.
I think that. Here's Kyle Chandler again.
You know, black and white film too, because I've never done anything like this. So, you know, black and white films, I always thought as a kid, they allow a little bit of the magical to happen because it wasn't as we know the world. And working on this is the same thing. It was like, we're based in reality, based in just normal Hal, character, but there's this supernatural, there's this wonderful world outside that you can work off of. And so, I mean, hell, as an actor, you can get away with almost anything until the director says you can't do that. Black and white.
I love it. I love it. Oh, that's more current stuff. Dang it, I lost my all right. I think there was one more that I wanted to highlight also. For those of you who might have missed it, if you haven't watched Hero Report, a few weeks back when we wind up getting the previous trailer to this, one of the characters, Laura, what's her last name? Linny? Am I pronouncing it wrong? Right? I don't know. Laura, they revealed here today that she actually is playing a guardian in Lanterns. This is something I actually speculated when the previous trailer had wind up dropping. But they do confirm it here.
Laura Linney?
Laura Linney, okay.
So, yes, Laura's in the show. And yes, Laura plays one of the Guardians who
I love that shit.
has a lot to say to John about the role of being Green Lantern and his path. So we were very lucky in a lot of ways. But I'm not saying anything else or everyone's only mad at me. But she's great.
So that's Chris Mundy. That's one of the writers on the series talking about Laura Linney being in here. Now, when we saw it originally, the way that she talks about the ring and getting it from Hal as she's talking to John, the one thing that stood out to me was the idea was like, first off, who is this lady supposed to be in this show, and how does she know so much about what John's mission is? And so the idea of like, well, maybe she's actually a guardian, right? Like maybe she's actually the guardian in disguise that's helping John sort of across his path. So I'm really glad that they confirmed that here in today's panel. And then they did have the team, it looks like.
Brightest day in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let all who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
I want to see that view from what's his face is from Aaron Pierre's camera. I hope he posts that. But yeah, Laura Linney plays a guardian in Lanterns. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this goes, man. But I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. I really am. Like I'm so like I've already been hyped for this show, but I'm even more ready for this. You know, look, I've never watched Ozark, but I heard it was a great show. Got nominated for all of like awards every season it was on television. So I hear it's like top-notch show. I am a big fan of Damon Lindelof. I really enjoyed the stuff that he does. I was a really big fan of the Watchmen series. If you've never had an opportunity to check out the Watchmen series, do yourself a favor. Incredible stuff. So just the idea of those two teaming up to go ahead and write this series, I just know it's gonna be solid. So I'm really excited for it, man. Each new look continues to get better and better. The mystery aspect, Sinestro's role in all of it, the Manhunters, the butting of the heads and the resentment and animosity between Hal and John. Yeah, man, it's compelling television. I cannot wait. What are you guys saying in regards to some of these things? You know, let me bring up some people in the live chat. First and foremost, shout out to Kiki and Luca. I'm hyped for A+ Hero Report. Thanks, Adam. Hey, anytime, Kiki and Luca. Always appreciate you certainly coming through. Earlier today, hey, Adam, just saw the Lego Ninjago. Ooh, I didn't know they had a panel here today. It reveals that the upcoming Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 4 Part 2 will be arriving in September. Also during San Diego Comic-Con, saw the first look at upcoming cast and logo for, there's a My Little Ponies Generation 6. Nice. All right. What else we got? Also, last week saw the official trailer for upcoming Camp Rock 3 starring the Jonas Brothers. Very cool. We got Pegsy in the house. What's up, Pegsy? Good to see you. I hope day 2 of San Diego Comic-Con that they announced the 3rd season of X-Men 97. Yeah, we'll definitely go ahead and talk about that for sure a little bit towards the end of the show. We got Nathan in the house. I'm excited for this HBO. Thank God didn't get his hands on this show. At least I don't think he did. No, I don't think he did either. Like this, I don't even know if I've heard much of James Gunn kind of talk about Lanterns outside of like just what the premise of it certainly is. I think he's literally just like taking a step back and just let them do them. I mean, they are legit like TV. You know, they're the ones that came up with the script, approached him with it. You know, they had the director or already like, you know, directors and stuff already in mind. So, you know, they already had a really solid team going into it. So James is probably like, nah, I'm not going to touch it. Like, you guys know what you're doing. So just create. Nathan says, yes, the Guardians did create them, talking about the Manhunters. So yeah, I'm under the impression it's the Manhunters, not the Martian Manhunter. But you know, they do talk about the idea of like having the ability to change shape. So what is the power set for Manhunters? Can they do that? Nathan says, well, James did produce and co-create, however, it doesn't feel like a James Gunn project. No, not at all. It feels very much like its own individual thing. Kiki and Lucas says the Lanterns trailer was great. This is what we needed from the first trailer. Yes, I could definitely see that being a great first trailer. I am surprised as to, I think we've gotten 3 trailers already. I think we got like a little, like a tease, and then a teaser, and then like an actual official trailer here today. But they just kept getting better, if you ask me. Sinestro looked the same, like the same one from the original movie with Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, just a little bit. Tony, what's up, Tony? Appreciate you coming through. What's up, Adam? I needed this stream. The Army news makes me nervous. I'll have to look into it. I haven't looked into the real world all day, bro. Like my head has been glued to San Diego Comic-Con all day. Kiki and Lucas says Ozark is one of the best shows of all time. That's saying a lot. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts and your levels of excitement when it comes to the Lanterns, for sure. And has, you know, if you were sort of like a doubter of the show, has anything changed for you? You know, like, do you feel you know, if you were doubting the show, have these trailers helped you get to a point where you feel more comfortable with it? I definitely would love to know what you guys think in that regards. All right. With that out of the way, what else did they have? Oh, you know what? The day itself actually started out with a Blade Runner 2099. I think Amazon Prime Video sort of had a panel, and they were highlighting 2 big upcoming shows of theirs to go ahead and kick the day off right. I do want to see if I can pull up the trailer. I have seen this one before, but I will go ahead and pull it up so we can all watch it again. But they kicked off today with a big panel. A lot of people certainly excited for Blade Runner. You know, it's definitely, I want to say like the original Blade Runner is probably more of a, is it like a cult classic? I mean, it's definitely a sci-fi classic for sure in general. But they wind up coming out with a sequel, 2049 by Denis Villeneuve. You know, critically acclaimed for sure. Great, you know, great reception also. And now they're coming out with the television series. But they did go ahead and kick off this. Let me go ahead and pull up this this trailer for you guys. So I have some trailer. I have the trailer we'll go ahead and show. And then we've got some clips from the panel itself. And I believe Entertainment Weekly, I think, might have actually had done another article just before this panel, like yesterday or something like that. So let me go ahead and bring up I'll go ahead and bring up the trailer. Let's go ahead and check this out. Visually, it looks incredible. Like, I feel like I'm in that world. They kept the aesthetic.
We fought a war. We lost.
Ridley Scott's attached as executive.
Replicants. They keep taking it all away.
So she's human?
How much longer? Until we have nothing. Until we are nothing.
Damn. Damn.
The old world forever fights to come back.
Damn, that looks good.
Humans want what was taken from them.
Ooh. They put some money behind this for sure.
But it's our time now.
Ooh. New series November 25th. Like they hit us with these trailers, and for some reason I keep thinking to myself, like, I'm expecting these things like next year or something like that, and it's just like, nope, it's just a few months away. Like, oh shit, okay, a new series I gotta watch. They just keep adding to my list of things to watch. But aesthetic wise, it looks pretty incredible. I'm a big Michelle Yeoh fan in general, so the fact that she's even in this series, sign me up. Definitely feels very much like replicants have taken over. Maybe humanity as they know it maybe going extinct, whatever the case may be. It just sounds like there's very few of them, or at least the inability to do anything about the situation. So I am really curious to kind of see how this all plays itself out. Let me see if I let me go ahead and pull up. I'm gonna bring the Twitter back with some clips from the panel itself. Hunter Schafer, who is the lead of this here,
was obsessed, and it sort of changes. Yeah, I don't know. I had never seen anything like it before, so that was really attractive. Obviously, it's like being a part of that. But then also, I had gotten to try action on some of my other sets. It was nothing compared to this, but it's my favorite. I love action, and also to be able to do it with one of the literal best was like nothing short of an honor, and it was also just really useful too. I have to learn a lot from you. So yeah, super.
Can I just jump in there? I've never seen a more fearless action hero. I mean, she really literally dove in.
That's cool.
Almost trying to hold her back. Like, no, too late. Okay. Is Hunter okay? She would do the tumbles, the falls. I'm like, Hunter, where are your pads?
She bought me a baby helmet.
Well, you got a concussion. I mean, I had to protect my baby. I was like, here, wear this. So I bought her baby helmet.
Yeah, that's so funny. What a mom daughter like vibe already between those two. I'm sure they probably had a blast on set, if I'm being honest. But that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I got to imagine, like, especially working beside Michelle Yeoh, I'm sure there's just the idea of like what you could learn from her, especially if she's being drawn to the action. So it seems as though like the stuff that we get to see in this series, while I'm sure there is certainly some stunt doubles, the fact that she was able to get in on the action and kind of do some of her own stunts, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool for her to be able to kind of take part and just learn from that experience. That's pretty dope. What's Michelle? We got something from Michelle Yo here too.
I was like, yes, because I really want to. I was like, yes, because I really want to explore a character I would have never had an opportunity, who was not human, but what is being human after all, at the end of the day. So I'm really grateful for this, and since I'm an up and coming actor, I hope to the stars. So I hope I have all your support.
That's cool. Yeah. You know, I will say I do love that Michelle Yeoh definitely branches out in regards to things, you know, putting herself out there for sure, putting in that work. You know, the Star Trek movie, not necessarily the best thing that she's probably ever done, but outside of the Star Trek movie, man, she's incredible to watch. Let's see here. Teases the endurance audiences will see from Core.
Sort of grinding and trying to survive under the sort of new order of the world, and that's sort of where we meet her, and she has to endure quite a lot to sort of come out of it on the other side.
We have a lot of spoilers. She's trying to avoid.
We have some footage coming.
Yeah, that's got to be hard, especially at San Diego. First off, I don't even know if Hunter Schafer has been on like a San Diego Comic-Con stage before in her entire life. But the idea of like going out there for a really big show, knowing that you can't, like knowing that there's things you cannot say, and having to try and like balance that fine line is an interesting one to me. How they do it, I don't know. I want to. And it just let them all walk out like that. They should have like had names and stuff announced. You know what I'm saying? I think that's getting into my next set of things. But yeah, so that was for the Blade Runner 2099. There's also there's a quick exclusive first look also from Entertainment Weekly that was dropped earlier this week also, if you wanted more insight. Blade Runner exclusive first look at the replicant uprising. The war has happened and the humans have lost. So it says it's got to be pretty daunting taking over the reins of one of the most important and influential sci-fi franchises in pop culture history. But the showrunner, Silka Louisa, has had two crucial mentors on her journey to the land of replicates. The first was the writer behind Denis Villeneuve's Blade Runner 2049, Michael Green. So she spoke with him. She says he was really important part of the development process. I came in with the pitch and the basic concept for the show, the characters and all of that. But Michael had been through writing 2049. He knew the world really well. He knew the pitfalls. He knew the strengths. He understood how to build out the kind of noir mystery for it. And so he was very helpful. The other guy, Ridley Scott, and she says, what an incredible experience. It's a once in a lifetime to have your hero sit down with you and tell you what it was like making your favorite movie. But it was more than just sharing old war stories. It was really important for Ridley to be part of the developmental process, because both visually and in terms of story, there are mythological canon points in this film that were touching. In his film that we're touching, and it was really important to both get his blessing and have his insight into what his original intentions were. Now 5 years after the show was first announced. It's finally coming. He says, I was so excited for people to see it. There's so much legacy with Blade Runner. Every person who touched the show in any way is a huge fan. Everyone was very well aware of the weight of what we're doing, and we did it with great care. And when you're taking on something like this, you're very thoughtful and deliberate about each step. That is why it has taken so long, because we wanted to make sure we got it right. So yeah. And just to give you the setting here, the events of Blade Runner 2099 take place 50 years after 2049, and Los Angeles has undergone a pretty big transformation. There's been a replicate uprising that feels like it's been bubbling up. And between 2049 and 2099, that happened. So the war has happened, and the humans have lost our worst fears imagined. The replicates are now the power brokers of the city, and the humans are second-class citizens. So there you go. If you want to read more about the article, certainly go ahead and do so. It's over on Entertainment Weekly. But yeah, Blade Runner 2099 kicked off today's festivities, if you will. Tony Rom says a trailer was good. It definitely was, for sure. Kiki and Lucas says, I love Blade Runner. She was incredible in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Michelle, yo, I kind of want to go back and check it out. Geek and Luke says, Adam, you're so passionate about Comic-Con. I hope you can go next year. I just think it's a really cool thing that they do for fans. Like, I really do. Like, I wish I can go to all of these panels. Like, I literally would be geeking out like all day. I just love seeing new shit, you know, and just some of the really cool, like, creative things that they do with some of the shows. What else do we have at Comic-Con today? Oh man, let me tell you something. I am a big fan of this show. This show certainly had its doubters and its haters in season 1. I think season 2 definitely hopefully made some of them certainly come around. You know, definitely some fair critiques for the first season, but I am so glad that Amazon Prime stuck with this show, because we also had the Rings of Power today, baby. That's right. The Rings of Power season 3 had a panel, all part of really this Prime Video panel, like to begin the show. I believe like within the first hour, that's what they talked about, was Blade Runner 2099 and the Rings of Power. And it certainly did not disappoint whatsoever. I am really looking forward to this upcoming season. You know what? Before we watch the trailer, because I have not watched this trailer at all, but I am a massive fan of this show. I have been reviewing the show also up on our YouTube channel, so I highly recommend you guys certainly check it out if you haven't done so yet. If you are a fan of just Tolkien or Lord of the Rings, I think you guys would really enjoy the Rings of Power if you haven't had the opportunity to certainly check it out for yourself. They did drop a lot of information here today, so I'm going to try and go through some of it with you guys, but I do... the panel kicks off. You know what? I will start with some of the information that we got from Twitter. So let me go ahead and bring up some of the panel highlights for you guys. But this is from Deadline. Daniel Wayman teases what's in store for Gandalf.
It's been hugely humbling. I know Gandalf, and then suddenly at the end of season 2, I'm able to say it. It's been hugely humbling. I know how much this character means to so many people. You know, the writing is extraordinary. And I think what JD and Patrick have done here, they've given me such a gift of a character. We've seen in this time gap between season 2 and season 3, he's been sitting around with Tom Bombadil. He's been trying to learn his stuff, and he can't make head and sense of these riddles that Tom keeps coming up with. But he is learning. I think we will agree. He has arrived in season 3. He's in his power. He has agency. Nice. He's the Gandalf I think we all hopefully know and love. And that means that as he tries to influence what's going on in Middle-earth as the darkness is rising, Charlie.
Do you look over at Charlie Vickers?
He's learning that it's not all about sort of wielding the staff and creating massive magic power. It's also about that soft power, touching people's hearts. And I think he's on the lookout for people whose hearts have been chilled, that have been frozen, and he's going to try and re-warm them. He's going to rekindle them.
Interesting. I kind of dig that. It is one of those things where, like, season 1, him as the stranger was really interesting. I don't necessarily know if I cared heavily too much in regards to season 2, his story. I did like his Tom Bombadil stuff, but like as an overall arc, it was just okay for me. But I was really ready to get to that stage of Gandalf for this character. And the fact that he's finally arrived here for season 3, especially like the timing of it, like especially based off of who also was going to be probably like the head lead of this show in Sauron, to kind of have Sauron and Gandalf's story kind of be told parallel is kind of fascinating to me. Showrunners J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay say the 3rd season will see Sauron make the One Ring. I'm sure he'll use it for noble purposes. We'll also see the beginnings of Rivendell in this season. Let's see here. What else did we get from... Oh, this is the cast taking the stage. No, Charlie Vickers has come a long way for me. I honestly did not care for him in season 1 at all. And he was just incredible in season 2. Look at that cast. Like, there's a lot of people out there. All those chairs.
Cynthia Adai Robinson. The Sylvan Elf Arondir Ismael Cruz Cordova. And ladies and gentlemen, joining the cast for the season 3 is the role of Celeborn. Please welcome Jamie Campbell Bauer.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Jamie, what's his name? Jamie Campbell Bauer. Has officially joined this show. If you're not familiar with who he is, let me go ahead and bring up this article. Empire Magazine this week actually confirmed Jamie Campbell Bauer is Celeborn, Elf Lord and Galadriel's husband in the Rings of Power season 3. This guy played Vecna in Stranger Things. That's who Jamie Campbell Bauer is. So my man goes from Stranger Things to the Rings of Power. Like, damn, dude. Like, he's just going from great show to great show. It says Empire can finally confirm Bauer's role, meet Celeborn, Elf Lord, and warrior, and notably the husband of Galadriel. The character briefly portrayed in Peter Jackson's movie is something of a lover boy, says Bauer, the anti-Vecna then. How they introduced Celeborn, who canonically married Galadriel in the first stage, and in the Rings of Power has been apart from her for centuries, remains to be seen. But their dynamic is partly inspired by Tolkien and his wife, Edith. This idea of longing and yearning is so pervasive in Tolkien's relationship with Edith for the time that they were apart. I really feasted on that idea. Celeborn has to find a way to survive while longing for something that he so dearly loved and dearly missed as well. And Clark was more than game to contribute to the pair's sparkling interplay. She's kind of rude to him in the books. She chuckles. She's the queen, but Jamie looks exactly like how I would imagine Celeborn. He's such an elf. So yeah, he's Galadriel's husband in this upcoming season of the Rings of Power. Let me go ahead and bring this back up. So yeah, this is him coming out to be introduced for the first time.
The wizard, Gandalf, Daniel.
Oh, but yeah, I'm not gonna go through everybody again, but that's cool.
And last but definitely not least, there are bosses, so make us look good, show 'em.
Oh, they got the riders coming out. Jamie Campbell Bauer on Celeborn's return to Galadriel. He says the reunion between the two of them is deeply impactful, particularly for Celeborn. And I think, you know, with Galadriel, it's the memory and the hope of their reunion has really been the thing that's been keeping him alive. And with this time and distance between them, they've got a lot to catch up on between them. And Sauron, from my perspective, and as we know, he uses that which you hold most dear against you, and that definitely creates some complications for Celeborn for sure. Woo. Well, it's gonna be an interesting one to see how she handles that one. This is Jamie Campbell Bauer.
I'm sorry.
Jamie, you folded into our Middle Earth family flawlessly. Your work is gorgeous. We're lucky to have you. What was it like when you found out you were coming to Middle Earth?
First of all, hello, good morning. It was like incredibly moving, is what it was. I loved this universe and this world since I was 12, since I first saw the movies. And coming to this, and the way it was presented to me was this beautiful space of love, and I'd been praying and asking for love, and it came forward, and I just jumped at the opportunity and did my self-tape with my brother on Zoom and sent it off to the boys, and they saw it, and we had a chat and did a chemistry read with Miv, who I've also loved for years. And then I got the phone call, and I was driving my car, and I burst into tears and FaceTime my brother, ugly crying, and yeah, it's felt like that ever since. It really has. I'm so grateful to be here. You guys have done an amazing thing, and it's just it's a privilege. It really is. So thank you.
We're lucky to have you.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Oh, here we go. The showrunners.
We're going to the Valley of Inladris for the super fans amongst us, and seeing what Rivendell might have looked like thousands of years before Bilbo and Frodo saw it. We even went back to Tolkien's own watercolor drawings of it, and even shot in the actual valley in Switzerland, I think, where he was inspired by. So our amazing director, Christian Milstead, has come up with something really cool. We can't wait for you guys to see it.
Dude, the deep cuts. Like, that's like, yeah, we saw this diary entry and found the address for the exact location, and we went there and we filmed everything. Like, that's crazy to get that much inspiration from Tolkien. But you know, that's what the fans, you know, when it comes to Lord of the Rings, they want you to do your homework, man. And these two definitely are doing their homework. What's this we got going on here? A Nazgul. Oh. What, Naznagol?
Whoa, guys. What are you doing?
I love. That's dope. All right, I have not had the opportunity to see this trailer, so I am dying to see this trailer. Let me go ahead and put this up here. Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. Let's go see this fucking trailer, bro, because I'm hyped for this.
Now is the mighty hour come.
Ooh, there they go.
The Dark Lord is on the brink of crafting a new power. One reign to rule them all.
Ooh.
Armies scouring Middle Earth.
First off, there's already like a darker color grading to just the feel of this show. I mean, you knew the dark times were coming based off of how season 2 ended, and there is a time jump here, but it's dark, like just from like a color scheme perspective, color grading, like the tone of it all, like you could feel the difference. I don't know if they got new cinematographers or not also on here, but that shot of Celeborn and Galadriel, beautiful. But the vibes already, it's dark. It's dark.
Is the mighty hour come. The Dark Lord is on the brink of crafting a new power.
That's a great shot.
One reign to rule them all. He's got armies scouring Middle Earth.
Middle Earth will burn.
Ooh.
Has it not yet occurred to you? Death might well be the price of saving it.
Ooh, that music though.
Trying to get back to you.
Ooh. Yo, first off, this shot right here. Oh my God, if that's not classic Lord of the Rings, I don't know what is. There's a part of me that wants to say, I really hope those are all extras. But who knows? They might have some really great visual effects. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But however they pulled this shot off, this looks great. My man.
There are no friends of Mordor here. Come with me.
Ooh, look at that trio.
The Dark Lord. We have to stop him.
Ooh.
The shadow rises to Middle Earth.
Oh, Mordor.
How would you like to rise with it?
Ooh. From the fires of Mordor. Oh, that's what a shot. Damn, let's go. Yo, I cannot wait. That music too. Psh, y'all tripping. Like, if y'all don't like this show, y'all tripping, man. This is so good. Yo, I cannot wait. Like, it feels different. It feels different. I feel the stakes already. Like, I feel how heavy of a moment this is for Middle Earth right now, and all the pieces that are kind of coming together for Sauron here. It looks good. Galadriel's still looking like a badass. She might be in love in here, dealing with some romance. That's cool, but still definitely a badass for sure. Visually, like cinematography wise, beautiful shot choices. Lady says, I do watch this show. I enjoy it. Yeah, I'm a big fan. That's a great trailer. That's another great trailer. They did not disappoint here today. We got a couple bangers, man. Green Lanterns, the Lantern trailer, and Ring of Power trailer. They're not messing around. There were a couple other announcements I want to just bring up here real quick for you guys. This was from Deadline. With other details that might have slipped through here from the panel itself. They did show some scenes, I believe. Yeah, they got the new trailer. I do believe they also got the opportunity to see a couple of scenes as well. There was something in here somewhere I wanted to let me see. The Hall H panel also revealed that season 3 will take place several years after the event of season 2, at the height of the War of the Elves and Sauron. In the trailer, it is interesting to note that Celeborn is seemingly apt to join Galadriel and Arondir in the battle. What exactly has he learned about the Dark Forces while he was away on his unknown journey? However, as the Dark Lord seemingly succeeds at crafting the one ring that will turn the tides of war in his favor. And this is set to go ahead and release November 11th. So November 11th, that's dropping. There is something that I did see kind of come across my way also. Where'd it go? This one was for the potential release schedule also. Okay, here it goes. So now has a release date and a release schedule. Season 3 will release on November 11th, but this year, Rings of Power will forego its traditional episodic release. Instead, the Rings of Power Season 3 will release its episodes in 3 batches of different sizes. Its final episodes will also have a near holiday release date. So there will be season 3 will release its first 4 episodes on November 11th. So you've got stupid ads. November 11th, when it premieres episodes 1 through 4, and then November 18th, the following week, you'll get episodes 5 and 6, and then the following week, you'll get November 25th, episodes 7 and 8. So 8 episodes total. So really 3 weeks worth of the Rings of Power, but they're putting episodes 1 through 4 together. I'm not a fan of that, dude. Like I'll be honest with you. I'm not a fan of that at all. That feels odd to me. I mean, look, I think maybe from a storytelling purpose, I feel like it's the batching of episodes have worked. I think for somebody like Disney that tends to do those, at least I've noticed that on like the Marvel side of things. But those batches usually for animation, well, they do that for live action too from time to time. But it's usually based off of like a story arc that they really want to be told tightly and bingeable. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that that's sort of the case with this also, that episodes 1 through 4 are really like tightly connected and you really want to tell that through storyline. And then 5 and 6 work as its own story, and then 7 and 8 kind of work as I'm not saying like another arc, but like another tight story in and of itself as a finale, like a first, second, and third act type of type of rollout, if you know what I mean, right? Like, so I do wonder if they'll feel significantly different for each act. So maybe that's why they're certainly dropping them that way. So we'll see. We'll see if it has a great story purpose behind it, then I'm fine. But I am gonna miss the inability to like either review them individually or be able to digest an episode for an entire week like I used to love to do, and then talk about it and then come back the following week sort of thing. So this is going to make recording a little bit harder, talking about it a little bit harder. I would think if I'm Amazon Prime, I want them to have my show in people's mouths, for weeks on end, kind of talking about it and really making an impact. Because, at least it's not, I will say, at least it's not just completely released, because that hurts something like Spider Noir, that just like nobody really talked about it, despite how good it was. But at least this is 3 weeks worth. But man, I would have loved to have had, 7 to 8 weeks for sure. For sure. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But yeah, just a little bit more insight in regards to The Rings of Power Season 3, releasing November 8th, or excuse me, November 11th. November 11th. I'm super excited for it, man. I cannot wait. We also did have, oh, you know what? They did also drop a brand new poster. If you guys haven't had the opportunity to see it, definitely go ahead and check that out. And then they also had some other announcements in regards to new people joining the season. Andrew Richardson as Anarian. And then you've got Zubin Varla as Kamul the Easterling. Okay. I think he's one of the like the Nazgul guys before they become the Nazgul. This is a terrible photo, but Adam Young as Marnuk. Marnuk. It looks like maybe he's the one that actually joins Galadriel on her journey with that trio that we saw in the trailer. Eddie Marson. I know you, Eddie, as Thrain. Yes, those are some of the other announcements that they had at the panel. I'm going to switch gears real quick, though. And you know what? Let me see if I can find, before I do that, though, I do want to make sure that I've got... oh, you know what? I do want to give Star Wars some love here today. Do I have the image of that on here? Ooh, Adam, did you not carry that image over? Oh, shame on you. All right. I don't have the image on me, but I can go ahead and actually pull this up. I do want to give Star Wars some love here today because I am a big novel fan. I do love my Star Wars novels, and we have a big one coming up here. This is canon. This is from the Star Wars website. They did have a Lucasfilm publishing panel today. They did announce a couple of other things, but this is the one that really stood out to me the most as somebody that loves collecting novels here. Luke Skywalker trains Leia Organa in Star Wars Twin Crossroads. It says, when author Beth Revis found out she was getting a chance to tell the story of Leia Organa during her building her Jedi lightsaber, she knew she had to get her own version of the hilt for research, she says, holding it proudly. That research was part of Revis's journey to write Star Wars Twin Crossroads, the new adult novel announced during the publishing panel at San Diego Comic-Con. She says her new book follows immediately after the events of her novel, Star Wars: The Princess and Scoundrel, delving into the moment glimpsed in flashbacks from The Rise of Skywalker that shows Luke Skywalker training his first student, his twin sister. As Luke and Leia train as Jedi in this essential adventure set after the rebel victory in Return of the Jedi, the siblings infiltrate the Imperial stronghold of Coruscant and grapple with the responsibilities of a Jedi, the legacy of her parents, and ultimately their diverging futures in the Force. So they're going to Coruscant. I'm wondering if this just mean they're going to go to like the temple and whatnot. My favorite thing was coming up with where Leia got her kyber crystal, which I cannot believe they let me do. I flipped out. This is the first time I've ever been able to talk about it. The book is slated to debut in 2027 amid the 50th anniversary of the original Star Wars film. Revis says, with nods to all three Skywalker trilogies, Andor, and the Battle of Jakku comics, just to name a few. Knowing how Leia approached her training with Rey helped me figure out how Luke approached it with Leia, Revis says. Having all of these stories interconnected and interwoven is my favorite thing about Star Wars. They all weave together and they're all connected. Finding ways to make those connections stronger is my main goal when I'm writing a story. And just seeing the moment in the movie where she had her lightsaber in hand, we know that Leia is the kind of person who does not do anything by halves. She was always going to give it her all in whatever she did. So naturally, that had me wondering what changed. There's a whole lifetime summed up in that moment when she rips off her helmet. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, man. I'm really looking forward to this one. I have always wanted to read The Princess and the Scoundrel, but I've never had the opportunity to do so. So it is definitely on my must read book next for sure, so I can be caught up for Twin Crossroads. But yeah, they went ahead and reveal that at Comic-Con today as well. So yeah, cool shout out to Star Wars. I wanted to get some Star Wars stuff in there for you guys today. Comic book alert. Do we had I'd had no idea DC Comics had a panel today. They talked about several things, some Batman universe stuff, some upcoming DC next level stuff, and the return of some fan favorites that I think a lot of people have certainly been asking for sure. So I'm really excited to talk about some of these with you guys. So first off, let's start off with the Batman stuff, because we did get ourselves a couple of brand new announcements. One of them being Batman Shadow of the Bat. This actually is going to be coming from the writer Denise Camp and artist Javier Rodriguez on DC Next Level's Shadow of the Bat. It's definitely announced at the Gotham panel. Denise Camp and Javier Rodriguez, fresh from the award-winning Absolute Martian Manhunter, are reuniting on the new DC Next Level title announced last year, but without movement until now. Shadow of the Bat, part of the canon. It sees Bruce Wayne, Batman, dealing with a large factory explosion in an abandoned Ace Chemicals factory, the same one that created the Joker, and releasing psychogenetic chemicals. Batman has to go in and deal with the new threats that come out of it, with a lot of new characters who are all basically living in the shadow of the Bat, but intended to complement what Matt Fraction and Tom Taylor are doing in the regular Batman and Detective comic series. So it sounds like it is canon. It sounds like it's like, is this like a new monthly book that kind of fits into the core canon of the main sort of Batman main titles, if you will. But yeah, Batman Shadow of the Bat was announced. What else did we get from Batman? Oh, we also got this really interesting collaboration that I definitely did not expect, and that's going to be Batman and Absolute Batman as well. It's called Batman of Two Worlds. It's a upcoming one-shot crossover between Absolute Batman and the main line Batman, all done for the annual Batman Day festivities, which will take place this year on September 19th. The mission was to show what's special about each version, says Scott Snyder. You don't have to know anything about Batman, but we tried to make something that can invite you in. The Batman of Two Worlds is a one-shot, will feature two intertwined stories, each focused on one of the Batmen. The Batman story will be by Batman series writer Matt Fraction and drawn by Javier Fernandez. And the Absolute Batman story will be by Snyder and artist Nick Darrington. It feels like Batman is having such a moment, the chance to do this book and have the two takes exist on the same cover was such a joy, says Fraction. Oh, see, that's what I needed to find out, because it says in Batman of Two Worlds, the two Batman will be confronted by essentially the same mystery, despite in different universes, and the story will show how they investigate it in their own unique ways. Okay. DC stresses the two characters will not be crossing over and meeting each other in this one shot. They appear to be saving that for its own event, but it's about seeing two unique approaches to the same thing, a side-by-side comparison, if you will. I dig that. I dig that. I dig that. I probably will pick that up. That's I feel like that's really unique and thoughtful and outside the box. I really dig that. So that's what we got on the Batman side of things. Let's see here. I got a couple other things, but I want to okay, I think this is okay, here we go. Matt Fraction talking about Batman of Two Worlds. Let me pull this up here real quick for us. Yeah, there we go.
What's so powerful about him is he's just a person who had a terrible thing happen to him. Who's like, you don't let that define you. That is such a powerful story.
Batman Day, it's as meaningful as the core of the character is. This is just such a unique moment.
This Batman Day, go out there and celebrate comics. What makes him so lasting, I think, he's like us.
I am brighter than my darkness is resonant in a really true way.
As motivation to make the world better, Batman is always like, you can get up and you can win.
Oh, that's a dope cover, dude. I love that cover.
Get two different looks at Batman. There's a genetic structural difference, the moral structures, the ethical structures, the political structures.
Batman and his mythology is really defined. They're both about Batman's form of justice.
The wildly different toolboxes.
The mission was to show what's
cool
special
idea
about each interpretation.
Chance to put them side by side and see the similarities and the differences and the texture. Each one's going to have their own ways of working and their own solutions to the problem.
You know, I am kind of curious if, like, when they came up with this concept, did both writers, do they, like, they clearly know what the mystery is, right? Like the beginning and the end sort of result of it all. But I'm wondering if they ever talked with each other in regards to how their Batmans would handle it in that regards. I think as long as they both got from A to B, it would be okay. So I am kind of curious if, like, they just wrote their own story and had their own elements, and they were just like, "Here you go," and then they like swapped them and read them out loud to each other just to kind of see like how vastly different they might have approached it. I'm kind of curious to see how they actually did that.
Go out there, support your local shop.
Everything you love about comics happens at your local comic store.
Oh, it's like a whole okay. It's like a whole promo for Batman Day in general. It's not just not just Batman of Two Worlds, but all right, cool. Okay, awesome. And then we did have some new next level announcements. Also, when it comes to some upcoming sort of like I believe these are all in titles, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though. But one of them that was announced that I'm really looking forward to, Legion of Superheroes. They went ahead and dropped some artwork to go along with that also. There's a couple other pieces that I think that they kind of highlighted, but I've been dying for another Legion of Superheroes story. First of all, Joshua Williamson, I'm a big fan of his work. I really like what he's doing right now on Superman. Is Hayden Sherman, just from the design, I'm wondering if is Hayden Sherman, is this the one from were they previously on Absolute Wonder Woman, or am I tripping? I really like the art style though. It really works for me. But we do have a new Legion series that's coming. We also had, believe it or not, a new Doom Patrol. I don't know if they didn't give us like an actual, well, I didn't see like a cover for the Doom Patrol. I just saw some of the pages that they were highlighting. So we do have a new Doom Patrol that's going to be coming out. I think Legion, Doom Patrol, and there's like one other one that I think is coming out within the next couple of months here. They also went ahead and announced a Jonah Hex series, and the Shadow of Death, releasing it in October. So Jonah Hex is even getting himself a season, a show. I mean, a television. I mean, a comic book series. We also got the Demon is getting his own comic book series. Also, they did also give us some insight in regards to the brand new Teen Titans. We got a new look at the Teen Titans team. Some artwork that was posted up there. I think we got a couple of other images also. Jason Todd as like as the leader. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this one for sure. I'm really excited for this one. But that's not all that they announced. We also had some other big announcements too, like Vixen is getting a next level series as well. Let me go ahead and pull this information up. It says for the first time ever, Mari McCabe bets Vixen will headline her own ongoing series. Two-time Eisner Award nominee Stephanie Williams, the first Black woman ever nominated for Best Writer at the Eisner Award. Is Stephanie Williams, isn't that also the writer for Absolute Wonder Woman, or am I tripping? During the panel, Williams said that the book will feature Mari telling people who she is instead of everyone assuming, saying it'll be like Rihanna finally decided to be a superhero. So she's getting her own series. That's badass, dude. You know, look, I'm gonna be dead ass. Like, comic book fans out there, especially Black comic book fans, you know, there was almost like a boycott on DC a couple weeks back, or like maybe a month or so ago, that in regards to letting their voices be heard by their wallet, in the sense of, you know, we need more black comic books. We need more Black led comic books and more Black characters to the forefront, please. So they're clearly paying attention or listening as they wind up scoring Stephanie Williams for a Vixen series. Dude, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. We also have an announcement that Static is also coming back. Then the shocking return after having just joined the Titans, Static will receive his first ongoing series in 15 years. Written by the acclaimed Miles Morales Spider-Man scribe Cody Ziegler. The series will feature art by Diego Alartiegi. I just butchered his last name. I'm so sorry. From the Justice Society of America. Ziegler said Static is dusting off the cobwebs and reintroducing himself to the superhero world. The last Static ongoing, a New 52 run that only lasted 8 issues. That's crazy. He just came back in the most recent, I think, DCKO, if I'm not mistaken. And then I know he's just about to start being in the new Titans series. If you want to catch the new adventures of Static, he's going to be in the new Titan series, not the Teen Titans, but the new Titan series. And he's also getting his ongoing. I think this is a great choice of writer here for Cody Ziegler coming on board to write Static. But yeah, your boy Static is coming back. I'm really excited. We did have a update in regards to let me pull this up, some release dates. DCU update says next upcoming next level titles: Teen Titans drop September 2nd, Legion of Superheroes September 2nd, and the Doom Patrol September 2nd. Jonah Hex and the Demon is going to be for October. No release date yet on Shadow of the Bat, Vixen, or Static. But yeah, the next line: Teen Titans, Legion of Superheroes, and Doom Patrol, all releasing September 2nd. So make sure I might have to add some of those titles. I don't know. I'm not going to add. I know Teen Titans and Legion are definitely going to be on my pull list, but it might be wait and see for Doom Patrol. Maybe I'll pick up the first issue and find out later. All right, let me find out what's this about. And that Legion stuff looks great. I love the color scheme for this movie. That Doom Patrol don't look bad either. Man, that Legion looks so good. Yeah, that's got to be the absolute Wonder Woman artist. Teen Titans looks great too. Al Higgins and Danielle Dinaculo. They used to actually be creative team on Power Rangers for a long time. Throwing a hex card all in. I may check out the first couple issues of The Demon. That's legit. I'm telling you, man, DC is like on all cylinders. I'm just being honest right now. Like, just pedal to the metal, dude. Like, they're not slowing down at all. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. But yeah, that's what was revealed to us over at the DC Comics panel as of today. We also did have an X-Men 97 panel that wind up happening today. X-Men 97 season 2 is current. I believe they just dropped episode 6 this past week. I have not watched episode 6 yet. I have not watched episode 6. I got to go ahead and catch up to that sometime, probably tonight. But they did go ahead. I don't believe they had any huge announcements for season 2, as the show is just kind of playing out. But the future was definitely announced. There was some things going on Twitter in regards to the Brotherhood of Evil showing up in season 3, and they also went ahead and announced that they are going to be doing a season 4 as well. Let me go ahead and pull this up here for you guys. This comes to us from Games Radar. Marvel TV Head confirms X-Men 97 season 3 is complete and season 4 is officially in development. During the panel, Marvel TV Head Brad Winderbaum said X-Men 97 season 3 is finished and ready to hit Disney. I wonder how wait. It's ready, it's finished and it's ready to hit Disney. So I am kind of curious as to how quickly they will hit us with season 3. Like, if season 3 is ready to go and it's finished and ready to hit Disney, like when the final episode of this releases, I'm curious as to how quickly season 3 will then be announced, like as a release date. Would you even think about releasing season 3 this year, or do you still hold off on it until maybe like, do you wait a whole year to go ahead and release season 3 regardless if it's ready or not? Interesting. Plus in 2027, it says it's ready to hit Disney Plus in 2027. I thought that was a period there already. Stupid me. So they plan on releasing it in 2027. I am kind of curious as to how long they wait, though, if they wait the full year or not. Better yet, San Diego Comic-Con audience got to see the first clip from the animated show's 3rd season, which showed Magneto's The Brotherhood of Evil mutants fighting the mutant robots known as Sentinels. Beyond that, the panel confirmed that X-Men 97 season 4 is officially in production, with 4 scripts already being worked on. This is good news indeed, as fans were not happy with having to wait 2 years between seasons 1 and 2. However, earlier this year, they did say the delay was a one-off and won't happen again with seasons 3 and 4. Yeah. So yeah, they're definitely not making that mistake again for sure. But I love this mandate that Brad Winderbaum has right now in regards to making sure that all of their shows for Marvel come out on a yearly basis as of right now. So there's definitely no mistaking that they are hearing the voices of the people and are making the adjustments. Like I feel like Brad Winderbaum is like one of the few that have that sort of mandate when it comes to television shows for studios. And so that's why I really appreciate him. Like there's no reason why we should, especially when you're literally producing like 8 episodes at a time, 10 episodes at a time sort of thing, right? Like there's no reason why you can't, like, if television used to be able to run 20 episode seasons a year, you could do 10 a year, my guy. Like let's be real, okay? So I'm glad that Brad Winderbaum is one of the few that recognize that, like, we really have to start changing this. And it's one of the reasons why I'm a big fan of his so far. But so yeah, season 3 ready to go for 2027. No release date for that yet, but it does look as though season 4 has at least begun production from a writing standpoint. So yeah, that's very good stuff. Very good stuff to certainly hear. I did have something from yeah, it's okay. I'll skip that for now. That's all right. Let's see here. What are you guys saying in the live chat? Peg C says episode 6 was awesome. I'm hearing good things about episode 6. I'm really hearing episode 6 is great. We're halfway into having 10 seasons of X-Men 97. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they I know he said they would love for it to go for like 10 seasons. They might be able to make it happen. I mean, again, you're only producing 10 episodes. So what would that be? Like 100 episodes at least? Is that how many episodes they had last year? Was it 10 episodes? I can't remember. Nathan says that's quick. Yeah, they've I think maybe they were trying to get ahead of themselves a little bit. Not in the sense of like rushing anything, but I think they had a changing of the guard also. They brought in a new writer that had to rewrite some of the scripts also, so that kind of delayed things a little bit. But it seems as though now they got that machine working now. So hopefully smooth sailing for them kind of going forward. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Outside of that, I think the only other thing that we had was like SpaceBalls. Yeah, SpaceBalls stuff. I don't really have too much in regards to SpaceBalls, but you know what? Let me do a quick. Did they drop a trailer by any chance? Let me see if I go to because I would like to see a trailer. Let's see. No, I'm not showing anything new that might have been released. I'm not showing anything. Just a tease a couple of weeks ago. So they didn't drop that. Here, let me pull up what I do have for SpaceBalls because believe it or not, I wish I was there for this panel. I really do wish I was there for this panel. I'm trying to see if I could find. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna share this one with you guys. I think I found it. So this is from Deadline. They had to comb through the audience. They had to comb through the audience to find the one and only Rick Moranis. My man Rick Moranis.
Legend Rick Moranis!
Look. Everybody is on their feet.
I mean, maybe he decided not to come. He was with me. I don't know.
Appearing.
I saw him trying to buy weed in the parking lot, I'll be honest with you. Maybe, you know what we should do?
Oh, that's
We
Kevin
have
Smith.
to comb the audience.
Oh no! Oh no!
Here we go. There it is. There,
They're
they're
really
combing. I see it.
combing the audio. Oh my god! Yo, shout out to Kevin Smith who got to moderate this one. What a perfect moderator, I think, for this.
Over here. Oh, maybe over there. Wait, who's that?
Yeah, try him.
We have somebody?
Yeah, I think so.
There it is. Hey, lift your helmet. Lift your helmet. No, he ain't Canadian enough.
Right there. Try that guy.
Yeah. Lift your helmet. Lift your helmet. No, that's too tall to be Rick Moranis.
He wishes.
Wait. Find another one.
Oh, there's one over here.
Where?
That guy. Try that guy.
Oh, try that guy. Hey, lift your helmet, man. Oscars.
Oh, he's back there.
Give it up for the legend, Rick Moranis.
Yo, first off, my man hasn't been to my man hasn't been in a movie for years, my guy. He hasn't been in a movie for years. Like, he's retired from acting for like the longest time. And now my man is up on a San Diego Comic-Con stage. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, what a moment. Yo, that's insane.
Yes to this thing. It was the only I had to say yes to this thing. It was the only way I could get Josh Gad to stop texting me. Actually, I started talking to Mel about a sequel in 1989, and we kept talking about it. I really wasn't retired. I was just negotiating.
He's still got it, dude. That's crazy. I'm so happy to see Rick Moranis back. Like, I really am. Josh Gad on Rick Moranis. Hold on.
There's another gentleman named, I am sitting next to one of the 4 people on my Comedy Mount Rushmore. There's another gentleman named John Candy who's on that as well. And when part of the conceit of this movie was I wanted it to be a love letter to John. John is one of my biggest idols. I'm going to put rumors to rest. I am not playing Barf in this movie, okay? That is a role that is singularly played and will ever be played by one person. And while I can't tell you who I'm playing, I can reveal today that I am playing a new Mog in our film, okay? So that's all I can really say, but it is truly in every way, shape, and form. John is at the beating heart, I think, of this film, and it is a part of the reason why I think the movie ultimately has so much heart. I hope you guys will agree when you see it.
And I can't wait. I cannot wait for this movie, dude. I really cannot wait for this movie. I want to say that I have a couple other videos, but maybe I don't. Let me just scroll up real quick and see if there's anything else. No, it looks like that was the last one that I pulled. Here, let me play this one. This one is Lewis Pullman. Why are you looking at me?
I read it and I was like, damn it, this is so good. And then me and Pop had this kind of, like, didn't want to make me make the decision. And I was like, didn't want to step into his shoes. But then once I read it, I was like, this is one of the funniest scripts I've ever read. I was laughing out loud. I rarely laugh out loud when I'm reading scripts. And then I looked at the team and I was like, I would be a fool. It would be weird if I didn't do it. And I would be on my deathbed and be like, that was a weird choice. And my dad, when we finally had our conversation, he was just like, this is, we were waiting for a big, really gritty drama to do together. And then this came along, we're like, well, this might this might be our shot here, and this is maybe better than anything we could have ever done. And to do something with your family, my dad always says family is everything, and to get to make a movie with your dad, I don't have the words for it.
That's beautiful.
That's cool, man. That's so cool. The fact that Bill Pullman is returning, but then also the idea that you had his son Lewis Pullman the opportunity to be also his son in this movie. That's pretty cool, man. I cannot wait to see how that all comes together. I was kind of hoping that they would have dropped a trailer or something like that today, but it doesn't look like that's the case, like at all. So yeah, that's a little bit of a. Oh, it does say first trailer for first trailer for Spaceballs 2 was shown at San Diego Comic-Con. Let me pull this up here real quick for you guys. I'm gonna stop sharing this one real quick. I'm gonna pull up my other. I had two running at the same time. According to Discussing Film, first trailer for Spaceball 2 was shown. Dark Helmet references the Palpatine line, "Somehow I've returned." The Navi pissing while Dark Helmet watches with 3D glasses. A slice of pizza as a baby Pizza Hut. Bill Pullman dressed as Han Solo from The Force Awakens. Keke Palmer plays a character similar to Rey. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I cannot. Man, I'm kind of bummed that they didn't release this to the public, though. Yeah, I'm bummed they didn't release this to the public. But yeah, I thought that was fitting in regards to in regards to Spaceballs, at least. It looks like they posted a couple other things. They did a Pan's Labyrinth anniversary panel today. Man, how old is that movie? That's like one of my favorites of his. If you haven't had the opportunity to see Pan's Labyrinth, certainly go ahead and do yourselves a favor. I will refresh some of this in just a second. You know what? Look, I found an interview here in regards to lanterns. It looks as though. Let me see. Where is this from? This is from Variety. Okay, here we go. Let me pull this one up if I can. This one is in regards to lanterns. Damn it, why does it do that?
So we got Hal, we got Guy, we got John. Those are the lanterns. Any other Green Lanterns popping up in lanterns?
I think three's the crowd for season 1.
Yeah, exactly.
But there are references to
we
others.
name check. We name check some
How many do you
folks.
want?
We name check some folks, but you don't see anybody.
There's possibilities. There is a squirrel.
Yeah.
That is name check.
Chip.
Chip. Chip.
And there's a
With
real
this apostrophe.
and there's a real big one. A real big one that comes.
That comes later in the show.
It just gets mentioned.
Big.
Oh.
physically.
I'm just a big one.
Planet size, perhaps.
A big one, perhaps. A big one.
A big one. Yeah, I mean, it could be planet size. It could be a Kilowog. He did say name drop though, so I don't know if I expect to see him pop up. But a fucking planet lantern would be legit to see if they were to adapt that in. But it doesn't sound like they say name dropped or mentioned. So I don't know. Maybe it's the planet lantern and Kilowog, but I definitely expect Kilowog's name to be dropped in this for sure, right? Like it's almost got to be. Almost got to be. Kiki and Lucas says Pan's Labyrinth was good. Yeah, it was really good. I'm trying to see what else might have dropped while I was live with you guys. Oh, this is from Variety in regards to Blade Runner 2099. This just dropped too.
My first question is actually for you. I understand that
Hunter was a little bit of a tough sell to get onto Blade Runner.
She was a tough sell. The truth
what
comes
pushed-
out.
What pushed it over the edge? What was your pitch?
Well, fair enough. Blade Runner is a big, daunting task to take on, and she had the scripts, and a big part of it was really just us meeting and talking about the scripts. And in the writers' room, we had all of our visuals up, just visual references that we were going to build into the show. We already had costume decks, like inspiration, and I won't speak for Hunter, but I think it was you could really feel what the world was and what our ambitions were for the show. And we just really saw Cora the same way. I mean, it was pretty instantaneous.
Yeah.
The click.
Yeah, I think it was pretty, like, as soon as she showed me everything that they had been working on, and I was able to, touch it and feel it and see her and hear her talk about it, it was like, oh yeah, easy, done.
That's cool. That's definitely always important in regards to being able to share the same vision that you have with these people that you're coming on to play. Like, it's one of the things that I think is important to any creative process when it comes to filming, especially directors and producers, or actors and directors, just to make sure that you're all on the same page in that regards. This one is another Lanterns video here. Aaron Pierre says it's a major privilege to discover who Jon Stewart is before appearing in Superman.
This is not the last we're seeing of Jon. You're in the Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow. Is that how is the Jon Stewart we see in Lanterns different or similar from the guy we're going to get on the big screen next year?
I mean, brother, I can't say too much, but I mean, it's just in terms of chronology, it was such a major privilege and something I'm very grateful for, to have had the 6 months discovering who Jon was before I stepped on set for Superman, Man of Tomorrow. It's not that's not a given, and it's not guaranteed every time. So to have been able to live with Jon for so long, I was able to step onto that set with an understanding of Jon that I wouldn't have had otherwise.
That's cool.
So it was great.
Yeah.
It's great being around everybody at the same time.
I kind of dig that. Like, Aaron Pierre really got a great opportunity there to really flesh out his character, completely understand who he is, instead of having to then try and find that, right? So I do think that brings like two different levels of gravitas to the movie. If you just come in cold, fresh, experiencing it for the first time, whereas like you've gone through your own series, you spend hours with yourself as Jon Stewart, right? Like, I can expect him coming onto the set of Man of Tomorrow, like, confident in regards to who he is and knowing how his character needs to be played. And so when he's in Man of Tomorrow, it's like he's been doing this shit for years. You know what I mean? So I kind of dig that in regards to, I can't wait to see like how he takes that over into Man of Tomorrow. And I'm really hoping that, like, I always worry a little bit whenever it's like you're handing somebody's creation over to somebody else to have to write them also, right? Like, Jon Stewart clearly, Chris Mundy and Damon Lindelof, wrote him in a particular way that I'm sure is very true to how Neil Adams created him, and anybody else that's had the opportunity to kind of touch the Jon Stewart character in regards to writing, like, they crafted him, right? Damon Lindelof and Chris Mundy crafted him. And now that you've shaped this character in the series, to hand him over to James Gunn and be like, okay, James, I need you to write Jon Stewart. I mean, like, I'm sure he probably is mixing notes and talking back and forth to Damon and Chris and whatever that case may be. But I hope he doesn't jokey him up too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need a Jon Stewart that's like the butt of all jokes type of thing. Like, I hope he stays true to the character, even moving over to something like Man of Tomorrow. But I think that's also where it comes in, where Aaron Pierre knows his character so well that it's like he's not going to get that opportunity to have somebody write him in a way that he's not. You know what I mean? So I do kind of dig that he's walking into that situation of Man of Tomorrow a little bit more confident in regards to how he's going to hold himself. There is a there is a joke over here going on for Spaceballs, revealing revealing their sagas, revealing their upcoming phases. Behold, the 10 phases of the Spaceball films, the Almighty Schwartz saga, or the asshole, as they refer to it as. Important note, nothing is canon. Everything is canon. That's canon. But God. Yo. First off, the setup for this Hall H panel had to be incredible, dude. I heard they had like a Screen X kind of thing working where you had like a panel ahead on top of the main stage, and then you had two elongated panels on the sides of you. But you could see phase 1 of Spaceballs. I can't even read all the titles. This is a play circle. Are they doing like plays on Broadway? Phase 3, or is it 6? Yogurt gets his own series. Mog gets his own series. Looks like maybe we get some television series. Pizza the Hut over here. The Lone Star Show. Vespa. Phases 4. What else you got? Phases 6. Phases 7. Oh, phase 7 is musicals. Okay. Golly. Phase 9, good luck. Phase 10, like, oh man. They're gonna have some fun with this one, dude. They're gonna have some fun with this one for sure. Keegan Lou says, does Lanches need a big viewership numbers to be a success in your mind? I think if it could crack top 10, on HBO Max, yeah. I'm sure they probably would want it peak number 1, but I have a feeling the show is going to do numbers. I mean, the great thing about this show is that it's got the HBO stamp of approval on it. It's an HBO original. It's being treated like a prestige series. So this is definitely going to be a show that I think will appeal to people that maybe aren't big comic book fans, but are digging the vibe, like really digging the True Detective kind of mentality, and are okay with the idea of comic book elements being involved. So I can see this being appealing to a lot of people, or at least people giving it opportunities and kind of being sucked in just because of the fact of it being an HBO original. So I definitely do think it needs big viewership numbers, but I think as long as it's cracking the top 10 for HBO Max, I think they'll look at that as successful. Nathan says Aaron studied everything about the character. Once he got the script, he had questions and wanted to give great performance. Kyle Chandler is a veteran actor. This is a piece of cake for him. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm definitely sure it is. But all right, guys, I think that'll probably wrap it up for me today. If anything, we do have ourselves. Yeah, I was trying to see if they did end up dropping a trailer today for Spaceballs, and they did not. There is a new Game of War game featuring Kratos officially in the works. It'll directly connect to God of War Luffy, however you pronounce the name. They did have a Walking Dead City Season 3 panel today. I didn't get the chance to really follow up on. It's not really a show that I used to love Walking Dead, but I've kind of fallen off of it for a long time ago. So that'll probably do it for the focus of today's panels. But we will be back tomorrow, guys. Again, we will be going live at 7:30 p.m. Central Time to also follow along with the Marvel Hall H panel. So as they go live, I'm going to go live beginning tomorrow's show. That in and of itself will probably run like an hour, hour and a half as we talk about it a little bit. And then if there's any other thing that might have dropped throughout that throughout tomorrow, maybe we'll highlight it towards the end of tomorrow's day 3 recap. But we will be here live for the Marvel Hall H panel. If I had any quick predictions in regards to tomorrow, I don't think we're going to get an X-Men cast. But look, Brand New Day will definitely be highlighted. I don't know how many cast members are going to get there, but Brand New Day definitely will be promoted at San Diego Comic-Con before it releases next week. Avengers Doomsday is definitely going to be heavily I'm sure people there will get the opportunity to see some scenes that they may not necessarily show to the public. I expect the entire cast to be there, along with people that have not been announced yet that are also going to be in the movie. So I'm hearing rumors that it's supposed to be like one of the biggest cast, like the biggest cast. So it may be Chairgate 2.0 tomorrow. I'm just being honest. Like, the number of seats is probably going to be staggering. I'm just being honest. But I expect people that are going to be in this movie, people that are going to be in Secret Wars, people that haven't even been announced for Doomsday, finally officially getting announced for Doomsday here. I don't know if we get ourselves another trailer. I think the trailer that we got is all we're going to see. Maybe they'll release like an official teaser post. Well, they did release a teaser poster already, so never mind. So yeah, I don't know if they'll release anything publicly until they're ready for the next trailer, but I do think people in attendance will at least maybe get the opportunity to see some scenes. If Doomsday does release anything footage brand new, I personally will be surprised, but we'll definitely have to see. I do think they'll tease a little bit of Secret Wars. Maybe a logo reveal, an official one. Maybe some concept art for Secret Wars may be leaked. Outside of that, movie-wise, I don't think any TV stuff will be announced here. We do have D23 this year, so I expect them to hold off on the television stuff until D23, maybe. Let me see. When is D23 dates? Takes place August 14th through August 16th. You know what? I take that back. When does Vision Quest come out? October, August, September, October. I was going to say, a part of me wants to say that they'll leave the TV stuff for D23 in August. Vision Quest doesn't come out until October. That's like a good 2.5 months away from D23. So there's a possibility maybe Vision Quest is talked about. I don't think so. I think they might push it towards D23, maybe just drop a teaser for Vision Quest just randomly at any time that they want to, and just focus on movies here. So I don't expect Vision Quest, but if they did do anything for Vision Quest, it would be a teaser. And I think they announced more movies. I think they announced Black Panther 3. I think Ryan Coogler pops up. Wouldn't be surprised if like Latoya, the one that plays Shuri, maybe she'll pop up. Along with I'm hearing rumors of Denzel Washington possibly popping up tomorrow too. So I do think we're going to get ourselves a Black Panther 3 announcement, and I do think we get an X-Men announcement too. I think they reveal to us I think they revealed to us not just an X-Men movie, but a second X-Men movie that they might be working on to really kick off. Like, in fact, I would be really curious to see if they release like a timeline of like the mutant saga phase, like the beginning of that phase. You know what I mean? Like, I am kind of curious if we see like a um next phase beginnings. You know how they do like the timelines and whatnot, like what type of, the release dates and things like that, or the time period. So I would like to see something like that. Um, like a Black Panther 3 announced, and at least an X-Men announcement. I don't think we get the cast for X-Men, but I do think we get Magneto and Professor X. I only say that because those are really the two big casting rumors that have been around lately, that we've been talking about, right? That have really gained traction. The Adam Driver, Patrick Wilson, Bill Skarsgård, who's playing Magneto, who's playing Professor X, sort of thing. So because those rumblings have been around, something tells me that maybe they have already officially cast it. And so I don't think the idea of Magneto and Professor X being revealed this early would hurt anything or undermine anything. I think you want to hold off on the X-Men cast as long as you absolutely can. But knowing Magneto and Professor X, I don't think would be a bad thing. So I do think we get Black Panther 3 announced. I do think that we get an X-Men announced along with those two castings. Outside of that, I think we'll probably be asking for too much, but I would like to see future titles, at least one or two more past the X-Men that we have. But those would be my predictions in regards to what we wind up seeing tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. As far as have I heard anything about Vision Quest, the only thing that I did hear was the theme song. Somebody, Kiki and Luca did say, I think on day one yesterday, they did have like a composers panel, and they did play the theme song from Vision Quest, and it sounds magnificent. So maybe you'll get lucky and get a little teaser tomorrow at D23, but I have a feeling we'll learn more about Vision Quest at D23 instead of San Diego Comic-Con tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. But all right, guys. That will do it for me here. I will see you guys tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and enjoy and bask in the Marvel Studios reveals together. So until then, guys, do me a big favor. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it A+. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.